Hey, good morning. Woo. I'm a little off balance this morning. And welcome to this week's garden walk. So we are starting on the south side. The dogs were giving me a little hassle about getting out the front door. So I do have Romeo with me and himself tangled around a hosta. So let's go ahead and get started. So I still have not moved these bigger hostas over here. I'm kind of really hoping that these trees will give me the shade that I need over here and I don't have to move anything before it starts to get too hot. So it is actually fairly cool this morning, about 50 degrees, which is pretty nice for all of my spring plants. That is King Cristata right there too. This side of the house is just a mess, honestly. I do have some foxglove, getting ready to put some blooms on. Just that one. I do have more sort of dotted in here, but only that one seems to be at the right height for this. So yeah, it's just messy here. It's not quite put together. I did get some anemone at the bare root sale at Hausner's this year. I got there a little bit earlier. I just found out about it last year, so everything was pretty much picked over when Lillian and I got there. This year I was a little bit earlier. All the hosta in here are doing pretty well. For whatever reason, the rabbits are leaving this area alone for the most part. The new best Franz Forever fern is doing great. This little Fire Island is just not getting anything. Like, came out of the ground and stayed that way. I'm not sure what that's about. All of the spring stuff has pretty much gone over the Bernera. There's a little bit of color left on this Pulmonaria. I do have to get in here and start cutting back the maple thing, like saplings or whatever that are starting to put on growth. But here are some columbines looking beautiful. Those are really pretty. In the shade area here, looking good. Nothing too spectacular happening over here. These primrose seem to be taking just fine, not having any stress. Got some nice color on this red one here. Very pretty. It was getting hot for a while, but in true northern Wisconsin fashion, we are back to just highs in the 60s. Most days, upper 60s, low 70s. So it's really beautiful out most days. Look at this maidenhair fern. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I really love this fern. The hanging baskets are doing really well, looking nice. The impatiens are starting to pop through the way I wanted them to. Looking great. Very ready for the 250. Come on, Romy. The rabbits did do a real number on this August moon hosta. I put a cage on it, but it's starting to get a little late for that, I think. This was like a Walmart hosta. They really just took that one down too. They came after the Boom Chocolata. I lost some leaves, but not everything, so I've got that caged back up. Hopefully I can get it big enough. The the stuff that I started from seed out here, like, look at the little geraniums. They're not putting on any growth. When we go in the back, I'll show you the geraniums, and they're just fine. And this Scaevola just not really doing anything. I don't know if it's just too cold. You know, these ones are tougher because they don't get as much sun here on the east side of the house, but that's pretty. I mean, these scavola just look terrible. And, you know, I don't think it's a rain issue or a drainage issue. I've checked. Everything seems to be fine, but I don't know. Maybe it is a sun issue and I just need to get them into the back, or the temperatures just need to warm up. So the carnations are starting to pop up all over the place now. The color is coming on. Lots of them. Dianthus, carnation, however you want to call them. I was very excited to see this. So early on this spring, the rabbits came in and really trashed this Painted Lady Iris, and I didn't think I was going to get any flowers at all off of it, but it does look like, hey Romy, I am going to get, I've got a few here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 flowers, which is nice. Those are really beautiful iris. This little Heucherella is doing so good. The flowers aren't much on this, but the foliage makes up for it, honestly. Not like when you look at this Heuchera. I mean, these flowers are so pretty, and they last for a really long time. Let's see if I can get up good on that. Sun's a little bright right now out here. But yeah, they look gorgeous on the Heuchera. Ooh, okay. Come here, let's look at this. This is, oh gosh, now this is gonna skip my mind. Sarah something. Clematis. Oh, there's like a whole run of them. Oh, this is so pretty. Romy, let's try not to kill it while we're doing the tour, especially on it. Wow, gorgeous. Really pretty. Loving it in front of that Miss America hosta. Still got a few blooms left on this Brunnera. Looks like these little spireas. These are really leggy. I got these as just like, I don't know, little maybe quart size last year, and they were already super leggy. Of course, I got them on clearance. So I'm just taking a few years to kind of shape them up so they can be a little more bush-like, like this one. It looks like we're gonna start getting some flowers. Okay, Romy, because you're stuck on everything now. I don't know if you're gonna be a good garden tour dog. I just don't know. I just can't tell. So this little spot is nice and colorful. We've got the Blue Lake Veronica here, some of this red dianthus, some pink dianthus, and the coreopsis here with that gorgeous golden glow, and just so many. Look at all the buds on this plant. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. This is such a pretty pop right here this time of year. And then this little dianthus on this side. All the dianthus are just ones that I get in the 4-packs at Walmart. They come back every year. Oh, the Nepeta. I think this is Cat's Meow, Cat's Pajamas. It's a plant sale plant. I did come in and just put like half of a like peony fence in here, just to keep this front end up, because this lays out. And I do have, you know, lilies here. These are going bananas, day lilies. I've got those lupins that I put in here, and I've got the silver mound artemisia that I got at the Hausner's bare root sale. There is a dianthus in here. This is a little white daffodil foliage there is a dianthus in here. And if I let this splay out, it will lay all over everything and nothing will survive that. And not to say that it doesn't look pretty kind of coming into the lawn, but I do want to be, there's a decent amount of area that has plants there, and I'd like to keep that. Oh, somebody left a dog toy in the yard, huh? That must be Max. This hydrangea is doing great. The guacamole hosta that we put in is settling in very nicely back here. Very nice. This is Sky Dancer White Salvia. These are really short-lived. I just get a couple of weeks out of these. I have tried cutting them back and have had like moderate success in getting a rebloom off of these. But these are so gorgeous. And the pollinators really, really love them. And they just, I mean, they're perfect cottage flower right here. Perfect. I also have them in blue, but the blue is not quite in bloom yet. I have these iris here that are gonna bloom for the first time. These were a plant sale, so I'm not sure what they look like, but they definitely look like they are dark purple color. There's another guacamole hosta in here. Lots of lilies. These are Casablanca lilies. I put some more Casablanca lilies in here too, kind of around where this guacamole hosta is. So I think this is Sky Dancer Blue. I'm pretty sure this is Sky Dancer Blue, but we'll see. I have the blue and the white through here. These are the lace cap hydrangeas. They look gorgeous. These big bearded iris are just about finished. Just about finished for this season. There's some more Sky Dancer in here. And then this is bowl of fruit yarrow. The king tut grass continues to put on new growth. I still haven't cut back anything. I can't bring myself to do it. I'll let it self clean there. Oh, this is just looking very, very full. So I have this castle something Artemisia in here too, which I bought at Home Depot this year, thinking it said it was perennial, but it's not. It's perennial to zone 6 and up, so it is not perennial here. Oh, this iris is done, bent over here. Sticking out, here's some more of that Sky Dancer. Not quite in bloom yet. These heuchera are starting to throw up their blooms. You can see the ajuga, that is black scallop ajuga, kind of spread all over in here. There's more down there. It's gorgeous. I love this stuff. Yes, it can be a pretty, I don't want to say invasive, but it can be a thug for sure in your garden. So if I don't really have too much of an issue with it. My growing season is pretty short and cool, and and so it just doesn't even have that much time to be a thug. And quite honestly, I have Creeping Charlie all through here, so I'd rather have that be the thug because it's prettier than the Creeping Charlie. Lots of lilies in here. Lots of lilies. You can see some of the damage from those scarlet lily beetles, but you can see that I think I pretty much got it under control with the new growth up here. I haven't seen too many of them, and when I do see them, I just give them a flick. There is Scabiosa in here. I have Fama White and Fama Blue. Those will come later in the season. There's more of the yarrow. The yarrow is spattered all through here. A little bit more of the bearded iris, just about done. Another lily here. This was part of some sort of like pink mix, and it had a lily bulb and some dahlia bulbs and something else, and none of the other plants came up, but this one lily has come up now 2 years in a row. So hopefully eventually it'll spread out there. These are the pink haze lilies, getting iris, sorry, getting ready to look stunning here. The alliums are going over. I do leave the allium heads up to dry because I think it looks very nice. Got some peonies. I can't remember if these are Hawaiian coral or coral sunset, or it's coral something. These are just, I think, third year. So I just got a couple of blooms on that. There's my bike. There's my Walmart clearance haul. Still not in the ground yet. Okay, so these iris are still in bloom. I didn't think they would be. We're getting down to finished here on these. But I have this newer variety. So all the irises that I have, the big bearded irises that I have in my yard, except for this one, are from a yard sale, from a plant sale. And so I didn't know what any of them looked like. And initially I had them out in the front thinking I was going to get more sun out there when we first moved in. And I just didn't get any sun. Then I kind of moved them around until now I've hit the right spots with the bearded iris. So I'm starting, this is the first year though that this one has had blooms, and I've had it for I think 4 years. So very pretty. That's the first bloom I've ever seen off of it. Really pretty. These are gorgeous. I cannot remember what they are called, but I did just get these at, in like a plastic bag at Walmart. They're such a gorgeous, just gentle, calm blue, and even the little beard is blue on these. It's just really gorgeous. And these look like they're going to have tons of buds on them. Awesome. That's wonderful. That'll extend out the the iris situation here. I am going to be trying to get this bed into some sort of form. I haven't really decided what I want to do yet with this area. Again, don't mind the mess on my porch. I am trying to get an awning up. We did get the parts this week, but just waiting on the weekend to get that done. So we are in the weekend. We got to get on it. So you can see like the geraniums that I started from seed back here are all doing fairly well. They're starting to flower. They're putting on growth. This one, I'm not really sure what's going on out there in the front. So this is everything that I still have left to plant. This is not all from seed. There are a few things in that back flat that aren't from seed. But mostly everything here is stuff I started from seed. So I just got to get it in the ground. These calla lilies are looking gorgeous. Even the foliage has that purple in it. Really stunning. And this side is starting to catch up. It's very nice. Really love those. Purple, grape velvet, these are called. The standing clematis is looking great. It's getting ready to start blossoming. This thing will blossom all summer long. And we'll just continue to throw up shoots, and I just weave it in the dog kennel to give it support. And it's beautiful, and I love that a lot. The delphiniums are starting to put on some growth here. I do have lilies in here. They are slower. I also have some sweet peas here to climb the trellis. Morning glories to climb the trellis. Scarlet something on that. I have one of my new clematis here. Looks like it's going to throw a couple of flowers. It's going to try for its first year. So that's great. That's Sarah Elizabeth. And then I have Love Parade yarrow over here in just a big bunch. It's been very windy. You can see it's laying down. I'm going to have to put a a little peony cage on that too. And then I have a couple more of those Artemisia. I now haven't been able to decide where I want to put them now that I know they're not perennial. And then just a few random bits and pieces there, a few random bits and pieces here. I was able to get my zinnias in. Oh gosh. Let's see. I've got sweet peas that are volunteering in here from last year. And got cucumbers in here. I also threw some seeds in. And to hopefully get a second flush of cucumbers in here. I have them on all 4 of the trellises. I threw a couple of Oklahoma zinnias in here. Sweet. There's a little volunteer sweet pea. But I also have sweet peas on these trellises. Looked really pretty last year. The dahlias are doing fantastic. I have all my dahlias now are in their grow bags. I was waiting on a few to get delivered before I could get everything done, and everything is in. I should probably do like a little dahlia tour, what I'm growing this year, dahlia tour for you guys. And then maybe I can also do a what I'm growing this year tomato tour for you guys. Because I do have a lot of dahlia varieties and a lot of tomato varieties, at least for a garden my size. Which my plot of land here, this dog just loves these tomatoes. I don't know if he's going to eat tomatoes or what. Romy, why do you love tomatoes so much? Is it because you're a Roma tomato? Mm-hmm, yeah. Okay. He just cannot stay out of them. But the tomatoes look fantastic. They do not care that it has been kind of on the cool side. They're putting on nice growth, as you would expect them to do. And this end of my bed is pretty rocky because it was, before we moved in, like all this sort of gravelly driveway all the way up to about here. And I had the grow beds here. I've tried different things in this area of my kitchen garden over the years. This year we decided just to put down the black grow block and throw stuff in the ground, and I'm throwing it in even in the gravelly places. The tomatoes do not seem to care at all that it's gravelly. Let me see. These are zinnias. I've got Benaries. I've got Ballerina from Johnny's. I've got Linen from Johnny's. All of my zinnia seeds came from Johnny's. I've got Oklahoma, and I have the Queenie mix. So the Benaries are just a mix. I have no idea what colors those are going to be. The Linen is new this year. It's like a soft beigey, it's that sort of cafe au lait sort of look. And then I also have, hey Romes, I'm going to ask you not to come in here because these babies are just so new. Come on. I have this black netting all around the zinnias because they're so young and I don't want any bunnies coming in and eating them. I'm not as worried with the tomatoes because they're a little bit bigger. They can take a nibble, but rabbits don't seem all that interested in tomatoes. Deer. Now, I have definitely had deer eat tomatoes in my garden here, but the bunnies tend to maybe take a little bit of a nibble and then decide there's better things to eat. But I do use that black netting when I first put the baby plants out because they'll just eat anything that is young, really. I wanted to check on this one. Okay, so in the Queen mix, I had this one zinnia seedling pop up with like a mottled, like variegated leaf, which I've never seen before on a zinnia. So, of course, it does look like maybe, I don't know, slugs. I'm going to have to come out here and throw some slug bait. That's another thing that can get at your new seedlings, although I don't see any damage on any of these others. Hopefully that one survives and we get a little variegated plant out of that. That would be cool. I don't think that there's any stable variegated zinnia plants out there, but it'd be neat to have for one season, especially with the queen lime mix. They're so gorgeous. This is some stock. I bought this from a greenhouse, so it was already close to being in bloom, and it had blooms or whatever. I cut it here so I could get a little more life out of it. I cut all of these for that. There's a few more over here, just in here. Rome's, let's go down here. Hey, come on, good boy. The chives are looking beautiful. The bees love the chives. Oh, everybody loves the chives. All of the pollinators love the chives. I did also put some leeks in. I was at Walmart getting some rosemary and parsley to throw in, and they had leeks, and I was like, oh, I'll grab a couple of these. Put the leeks in. They are all doing really well in here. So we have good growing for leeks. They can go all season. They can, once they're big enough, can handle a little bit of a nip of frost, and makes them a little bit tastier. So I do have sunflowers that have volunteered from last year. They are taking hits, I believe, from deer. Some of them are just getting the leaves nibbled. Some of them are getting completely eaten down to just almost sticks. I still leave them because it's like they're getting pinched. And then they throw out side shoots like they've been pinched. So they don't look very pretty right now, but they will have beautiful flowers on them. It's kind of worth the wait, worth the beating up here. These new strawberries that I put in are doing great. I'm getting flowers. We should soon be seeing little baby strawberries in here. And I think, so Lillian and I went strawberry picking on July 4th last year, so we should definitely have, I would imagine, some straws by the 4th of July for us to have a little taste test on. This is cauliflower. This looks like the purple cauliflower, maybe purple robber. Purple, and then I also have a white cauliflower. Those are planted all throughout. All the dahlias look really, really good. I have pinched most of them quite a few weeks back, so they're putting out their side shoots and looking really nice. Again, the tomatoes look amazing. So I do pinch flowers off of my bigger like slicer variety tomatoes because I don't want them trying to put on fruit until they're big enough plants to be stable with fruit on them. But I don't pinch the flowers off of the cherry tomatoes. So this is a honey drop, and the tomatoes are opening, and I mean the flowers are opening and looking great. So excited about that. Lily will be very excited about that too. I'm gonna have some tomatoes in a few weeks here, maybe by 4th of July as well, and that'll be nice. Oh yeah, there's a little strawberry right there. Those are seascapes. Okay, well, I wanted to get a quick walk around in for you guys. Like I said, maybe I'll do a little dahlia tour, and I'll do a little tomato variety tour for you guys specific, so you can see what I'm growing, and then I can put up some pictures and stuff like that too as the weather starts. As is this morning, it's cold out here, you guys. I'm gonna head in and do some indoor stuff today. I think won't be out here in the garden too much until at least maybe the sun comes out. It's not just cold, it's also windy. We're getting gusts up to about 25 miles an hour, and that's been for a couple of days now, so we'll see. But if I do get out here and it's a little bit nicer, I'll try and throw a little dahlia and tomato tour together for everyone too. Okay. Well, I hope you're having a great week in your garden. Things are coming on, looking nice, and you're starting to feel like the garden looks summery, even if the weather doesn't feel summery. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.